RagnaroK. Creator, Bunny. Dark. Cure. Round of 10. Group B. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2022 GSL Season 2.
Welcome back, everybody. We started the day off with a great series, actually. Dark really reminding everybody why he does what he does, why he dominates at everything. Creator looked pretty strong, but clearly not strong enough to take a game off of Dark. And frankly, it doesn't seem like Creator is strong enough at all to go on to the round of 6. He's basically out.
Yeah, there's no real way. He has to play Cure, and Cure has to play Bunny. So there's really no math you can do to get him into the top 3 at this point.
Right. So we'll see Creator go through the motions with that. Up next is Bunny versus Cure. I have no idea who's the favorite here, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. I would say that probably Cure. Like, Cure has recently won a GSL. A couple seasons ago, I was liking Bunny over Cure, but I mean, Cure having, what was it, 2 GSLs ago now, winning his first GSL. He's been playing very well overall. He does have days where you're like, what is wrong here? But those are getting fewer and more far between. So definitely I'm leaning towards him. Of course, don't forget Bunny just got rid of COVID. Like, he got stuck in Spain. And
I like how you say that he got rid of COVID. He annihilated the virus.
He did. He's well, he tested negative, so that's why he got to come home, right?
Yeah.
If he had not made it, there was a possibility that we were just going to have like 2 matches tonight or something. It was going to be crazy.
Yeah, we were talking about that on Monday, where it's like, what if he can't get back here?
Yeah.
We could talk a little bit more about that. I think when we get into game 1 here, we're going to probably have a little bit of downtime in the TVT to start things off. But these are 2 players that, it's very important for these 2, whoever wins this. Because, right now...
Very important. This is the most important match tonight.
This is probably the most pivotal match of Group B, especially 100%. Now that we finished day 1.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we're already jumping into this. All right, guys, Bunny Cure, best of 3, starts now in a battle, again, to survive onto the round of 6 and get out of the round of 10.
I came for war.
Team NV, Bunny. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. Like, this is the important match. This is what we've got to see. Like,
for sure.
If Bunny wins, the group is like pretty much over.
From Toronto, Canada, welcome.
All right.
So good to have you guys over here. So let's talk about Bunny's debacle. A lot of people ended up getting COVID over in Spain, in Valencia for DreamHack, or coming back. Some people, I guess, got sick there. Some players came back and they were like, okay, they tested positive, right? Bunny tested positive in Spain.
Yeah, you have to get a test to come back to Korea.
Yeah, obviously this. So yeah, that's important for a lot of the viewers to hear, because a lot of our audiences, you don't have to be tested to come in or go out of the country.
Yeah.
But to get into Korea, you have to test negative before you get on the airplane.
Within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you got to really, truly not have it when you get on that airplane.
Yeah, and so, like, when we were in Orlando just recently for Streamer Royale, like, we had to get a test, like, at the airport.
Yeah.
And then wait for the results, and we were joking, like, man, I hope we don't actually have positive. Because we'd be stuck. We'd have to wait and be sick wherever. You have to be sick wherever you're sick until you can get on a plane and come back. And so Bunny tested positive, was stuck in Spain. I imagine his Spanish skills, speaking skills, are not great.
Yeah.
And then, all we knew on Monday was, like, Well, the show will continue on whether he makes it back or not. So there's
Yeah.
a chance that today, this Thursday, we might end up casting just like 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah, and wait, hold on a second here. A nice little delay. The Hellion coming down, though, should be completely fine.
Yeah.
Whoa, saves his own, too. Amazing. Okay, so very nice defense there from Bunny. But yeah, like, also, I heard that he couldn't find, like, a PC cafe to play from, even. So, like, and the thing is, if you're playing from Europe on the Korean server, your ping is so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for instance, his last match nights against RagnaroK, the odds of him winning that on that ping go dramatically down, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, splitting Marines against Banelings, for instance, is
Oh,
going to be
no,
really
there's-
terrible.
There's no way. You actually have to turtle and go mech.
Yeah, I think you're pretty right on that. So we have a little scuffle here, and it seems like comes out pretty even overall. Bunny going to retreat. Second Reaper coming. Can turn around here on the high ground. Of course, Cure won't even touch that. Cyclone double Reaper on the way from Cure. That's very cool to see.
So what we're wondering right now is, you know, obviously Bunny's here. He's playing. He's got to be probably tired from recovering from COVID and jet lagged.
Yeah.
Jet lag is brutal. So, you know, today, well, obviously just today, but this first game here is going to be an interesting kind of test to kind of see where he's at.
Well, right now, Cure is going to put him to that test because he is doing this build that we've seen a few times for sure, where you're actually making a fair amount of Reapers, sending some Hellions, and a medevac there too. So that's like a lot of sustain and a lot of damage that you're putting out. But there's already a Cyclone, and there's going to be a Siege Tank relatively soon, as well as a Raven. And obviously, that auto turret is going to be just nasty if you're attacking in and they hit you with that.
And he actually has the 2 Reapers inside the medevac. That's kind of cute. And he's going to come up here. Is he going to just try to elevator this into the main?
Yeah, I think you jump up, you drop the Hellions, and you jump up.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, he sees it, though. Now, yeah, with the Siege Tank there, man.
Oh, my God. That got wrecked so badly.
Yeah, that was, like, Bunny lost basically nothing there.
Yeah.
5
That's
Reapers there.
wild.
Yeah, the Siege Tank just demolished him, and then he panicked, too, when he was lifting stuff up. He lifted up a bunch of Reapers. He couldn't get the Hellions back in.
Yeah, he definitely fat-fingered the execution there. So this immediately is going to shoot Bunny into an aggressive position here. He's not going to waste a second. He wants to come out here and look for a fight. And he basically wants to overpower him here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he used an auto turret back there.
No, he didn't.
He's going to have a very high volume of units.
Yeah, this is a scary attack from Bunny. I really like the move. In fact, I'm almost surprised he really pulls back that much.
Okay, so he kills the Raven. He baits out the auto turret. He's going to let the auto turret expire. Actually, it's just killed off. And is he going to go any further?
Look, he has 2 Ravens, man. I think he can go further here. Oh, he's not going to try it. Like, as the Siege Tank comes out, I thought we might actually see double auto turret there. You could definitely target that down as you push forward, but it looks like there's too many units there, and he does not want to mess with that. But auto turret's coming into the main base. Throws 1 down. Really nice one, too.
There is, with the 3rd being taken, this is becoming a very fluid TVT. It's really interesting to watch. Misclicks there and disables the weakest Hellion in the group.
Oh, yeah, because he got a Cyclone locked on. That's
Yeah.
what I was kind of looking at. But
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like that's how he was trying to disable it, but it doesn't work out. Still a lot of scuffling here. I don't know that there's any more value truly to be had, though. It's like a little poking, a little prodding back and forth, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think anything... There's no more fireworks to be had unless someone does something really stupid, right?
Well, let's see, actually. I think he might try to push down again. And I don't know how aware, actually, Cure is that Bunny's already taken a 3rd base, but...
Well, he's going to find out with this medevac, and with such a forward army from Bunny, the medevac has potential to do some serious damage here.
Yeah, 1 medevac can kill quite a lot if there's just nothing defending back here.
He's about to have stim as well. Oh, wait, that's Bunny's stim. I think
Yeah,
Cure
that's
has
Bunny's
stim, doesn't
stim.
he?
I think he should have it by now. This is one of the you know, negatives here of basically having a super aggro position, is that then you really can't defend your workers.
Yeah.
And he's already killed off 7 SCVs. It's going to force Bunny to pull back. He's feeling uncomfortable being this far out on the map.
Yeah.
Can the Vikings actually chase this down? I think they can.
Okay, boost out of there. Now, you know, that I think that Cure is showing that, like, some things have gone wrong, but overall I like his approach here. It's definitely something that we've seen from the stronger TVT players, that they're more likely to defend and send out something small rather than roam with their entire army, which is what we see Bunny doing at the moment. Right, and that medevac definitely, you know, it's like a medevac, not even with stim. He loses like 2 Marines but gets 7 SCVs, right? That's a great trade.
Yeah. Bringing
it back, most of it survived. He's still totally fine. He has his own 3rd up now. He's up in workers. You know, that was a good play by Cure. Not that he's like far ahead or something like that, but when I see one player that's moving around with their entire army the entire time, and the other one is like defending well and harassing, that defending well and harassing one is the one I'll put my money on.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I think this game's going to slow down a little bit here. I think Bunny, you know, he got his base up a little bit earlier, but he did end up losing some workers in the process. So I don't think anybody's clearly in the lead here. Tank count's even right now. Raven count's even. Actually, even the Marine count is almost even here.
Look at that Viking count from Bunny, though. Some serious air control.
Yeah, and that may be a huge factor coming up here, especially in tank versus tank. A lot of times the player that has the superior vision, and a lot of that's from the Viking being able to peek, you know, that'll be really beneficial, since tanks can, of course, shoot further than they can see.
Yeah, that air dominance can allow you to get Liberators, too, to kind of just push everything back.
Or just spray down medevacs, anything like that.
Sure, yeah.
So 1-1's going to finish up here.
On both sides. Combat shields finishing here as well for Cure. Group of Marines here and a couple medevacs looking for some way in, some damage, but a group of Vikings are sitting there, so trying to go in behind the natural. Not advised.
Okay, he wants to be really careful here. This is definitely a better fighting army right now for Cure. Bunny is almost maxed out here, and from here he might want to start looking to try to get some kind of a good position.
Yeah, Cure taking a more forward position now himself. A drop comes in here from Bunny. And it's doing pretty darn well. Vikings coming back. SCV's going back here as well with those Marines, landing a couple Vikings, trying to push everything out. And that was, I think that was a great drop from Bunny. That was fantastic.
Big drop coming in there. Again, Bunny, seems like this all kind of goes back to the very start of this game, right? That little bungled engagement, that little tactic that he tried to set up, the Cure tried to set up with the Hellions, the Medevac, and the Reapers just backfiring. I mean, Bunny has rid this out pretty nicely. It's not a huge lead. It's like been a 4 or 5% lead this whole time, but you know, he is continuing to grow a little bit more quickly here. Now, Cure's going to come out on the map. He's got a lot of tanks. He's got a pretty good aggressive position here with the flank up at the top with the Marines. He had the tanks down at the bottom, but has pulled away after he destroyed the rocks, which is interesting.
And I gotta say, both of them are kind of going to that style of not necessarily roaming with their entire army. They're both very safe and just trying to hit the fringes with smaller groups. And you can see the starports being added on both sides. So that kind of tells you what type of game that we're entering into here. It's going to be all about battle for that sky control. Not as likely to see like big drops do much more from here. Like obviously we'll still see a little bit of harassment. But it'll be interesting to see how they want to go about playing from there, right? Because sometimes you see people that really focus on the Vikings and, you know, will go into Liberators to push and Ravens and all that. And sometimes you see players that want to get into battle cruisers.
Yeah. Big kill here on the CC, honestly.
Yeah, nice.
And if he can get this armory, actually, that's going to be huge. He does immediately. Man, these drops from Bunny are really starting to pay off in dividends.
Yeah, they really are. That was another really fantastic one. Does end up killing that off, but honestly, Bunny should be happy with that. The armory, I think, is actually the biggest get, and then the command center is very good as well. But another nice part of that is that he bleeds off Marines and medics, or Marines and medevacs for value. Because you don't actually want that much of that in your army.
That's
right?
actually a good point. It's not just like that you're doing damage over there. It's that you're getting value out of units that are not going to have value later on.
Yeah. I guess it's just like he's going to be able to replenish with much better units. You know, he's got all these starports up now and everything. Oh, wow. This is a huge stim. And great to save on that siege tank as well.
Does he actually get the CC? I think he does. No, he doesn't. Ah!
Oh, that's crazy. I thought for sure he had that with all those Vikings.
It's like, how many missiles can that thing eat?
Yeah. Damn, they don't make them like that anymore, do they?
Yeah. I just read Corvid reactor complete, but I thought it was COVID reactor for a second.
Well, definitely we had a reactor pumping out COVID cases for
That's
GSL
right.
players.
Okay, so Kier's in a pretty good spot. I don't know if he's going to be able to shift more of his attention and kind of loop around these tanks, over here to the fifth base. But until these two tanks that we have at the bottom right of the screen are killed off, he can't land that CC. Now, the Viking count, I think, might have been better for Bunny, but I don't know. They both fled from each other, so somebody has to be wrong there.
Yeah, it can be pretty hard to tell exactly how many Vikings are on both sides. Both sides focusing pretty heavily on Raven production, have a lot more of those being added in. A couple Liberators coming out for Bunny, so it looks like he wants to utilize his air dominance to start pushing these siege tanks back. I think a couple Liberators always a good choice when you have a good amount of Vikings like this. He can force the unsiege and start moving them back. It's going to be amazing. He does a couple disables there. Okay, those are some ridiculous armor shreds.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. And, I mean, he's slowly pushing back these tanks. I wish we could see the full tank count right now. It does seem like Kier's lost a little bit more than Bunny.
Yeah. Well, I think Bunny has just done a slightly better job overall, both on defense and on harassment. At first, it was a bit back and forth, but we've seen a few more better moves from Bunny. And even though, like, for instance, we had that nice push there from Kier, Bunny didn't actually lose his expansion or anything like that. Look at this, very quickly taking over the map. This is some swift play from Bunny. I'm liking it.
Okay, so he's coming down pretty hard now. Going to take out these gases over here. Again, the Liberators are just thinning out this tank number. He's continuing to leapfrog him very nicely. Marines are going to come up. There's enough splash damage down here. He's going to have to pull away. And Bunny has really fought back in a pretty insane fashion here.
But now the Viking lead actually goes to Kier. Now an armor shred goes off, but he does force those Liberators back, shelling this planetary right now.
And right now these SCVs are just frantically repairing to try to keep this command center from being demolished. Another base over here at 3 o'clock for Bunny. The armor shred was pretty good because he have another armor shred in his back pocket. The problem is, you know, the Vikings can drive the other Vikings away, but that doesn't stop these tanks on the ground that are shelling this command center from doing anything, right?
Yeah,
he's gone halfway there. But until you get tanks that, you know, can reach theirs,
Totally.
you're not going to fix this.
Well, you're forcing scans, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they have to do that both to shoot and to make sure you're not moving your own tanks up if you do have air dominance. So you're gaining some amount of value from that. Oh, that Liberator actually doing some fantastic harassment off to the side.
Okay, they're going to loop back around down here to the bottom. Now,
It just said...
what?
It just said, like, 121 army supply for both sides and, like, 9 more workers for Bunny. But 200 versus 195 supply. Can someone explain that to me? There was force supply in limbo there. I don't know what was going on.
Bunny kills that bottom right CC and then pulls away. And it's going to be up to Kier now to try to make something work. He's going to be able to wedge himself. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Literally the greatest armor shred of all time. He would have gotten it perfect if he had that one other tank.
Yeah.
The game would have just ended right there. The game itself would have paused and been like, that's insane.
The funny thing about armor shreds, it's like force fields. It's like the armor shred goes up and then the battle never happens.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's, you just pull back, you're like, yeah, okay, I guess. Well, right now, Kira is rotating very, very well, putting pressure on in different locations. Bunny continues to try to mirror that and defend everything, but feels like the upper hand might be going slightly here to Kira. Now, armor shreds on both sides. They're already fighting, so why not? Looks like Kira is going to win this one pretty one-sidedly.
Yeah, and Kira's going to end up smashing down that command center. Real back-and-forth game so far here.
Yeah.
Another drop's going to be inbound over here. He's going to try to draw some more attention down to the bottom right. There are some weak spots over there. Seems like the bulk of pretty much all of the supply for Cure is over here in the north center of the map. Just trying to take a swing at whatever they can find.
Moving down here once again, just rotating back and forth. Another huge armor shred goes down, but where are the Vikings to actually back that up? You know, honestly, he has enough that against the armor shred, he might be able to get in there and do it. A few disables there on the tanks as he moves forward. Stims up here. He's going to start picking off these tanks now. Cure really starting to get in there.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy, man. Again, I'm actually having a hard time figuring out who's going to be really ahead here. Getting these upgrades is actually huge. If you can even get the armor upgrade there.
Yeah, Bunny's small harassment here is turning into a very big harassment. Even though he's not spending a lot on it, he's getting a ton of damage.
And you know, this is one of the problems when you do start to max out, right? Is that it's hard to get supply anywhere else. Whatever.
Absolutely.
He's going to continue to just move through here. It's too bad he didn't get that eBay. I think he didn't notice he was wiggling around with the upgrade.
Really kills a lot with those.
This is still going on, man.
It's not done.
Okay, so Bunny's going to fight back and reclaim the bases he had before. Right now, Bunny's with 1, 2, 3 mineable bases. And it seems like Cure's with 3, but with 2 that are about to be usable. So Bunny basically has to start to even this out, or he will be at a loss. I think he's going to have the opportunity to do so, but it's not going to be easy.
Right now, Bunny has a vastly superior Air Force. He's got 1 more Raven and 7 more Vikings, so there's no way he can lose an air battle at the moment. Also has the same amount of siege tanks, so definitely doable for Bunny to push across and get something done. I mean, it's a little bit slow to do, but he's got the units to do it.
Okay, another big armor shred, I guess on both sides.
You know what's especially funny about these air wars, like a Viking tank versus Viking tank, is that you have to have some amount of Marines so that when your opponent starts to win the air war, they can't just kill you.
Yeah.
Because the Stim Marines will kill everything so quickly, it'll be hilarious. But, like, if you did not have those, oh my god. Oh, wow, that is a lot of disables. And now Bunny running forward, his supply peaking up. Oh god, auto turrets going down in mass.
So he's going to come in now. He's going to get that CC. How far is this going to go, though? It seems like Cure is really taking a real beating here. Supply at about a quarter of what it was before. I mean, the command center can't be saved. Now, there's a base directly down from this. It should not have a lot of minerals. And then there's one to the bottom right. There's also a pretty naked base to the left of the screenshot, for lack of better words.
Dude, Cure has 1 tank against 11. I think that's about all the story that we need here. Yeah.
Beautiful win by Bunny. Bunny really kind of maintaining that balancing act throughout the game.
Yeah, he was.
It was actually a good TVT to study, to be honest. You look at that and you go, all right, there's a lot going on, but Bunny knows the answer every step of the way.
Honestly, other than that one moment where he kind of overstays welcome, remember we were talking about it when the first like 2-3 tanks were sitting there and a couple Ravens and everything in a Cyclone.
Yeah.
That was the only moment that it felt like Bunny was not playing well. Like it was pretty obvious nothing else was going to occur, and then Cure got some pretty reasonable damage for that stage of the game because Bunny was out for too long. But after that, felt like he played very, very well. There was definitely some back and forth, but strong play. Very well done by Bunny.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. Now, I think Kier showed that he is like a very tough TVT player to go up against. But let's see how they open up this next game here. It's going to be 2,000 atmospheres. Bunny again recovering from COVID, recovering from jet lag, just getting back from Spain not long ago. But right now he's looking to be very much on top. Game 2, guys. It's ready. Let's go.
I came for war.
Team NV, Bunny. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
All right. It was a nice TVT, though. Nice little back and forth.
I enjoyed it a lot.
No, like, huge back-breaking moves really occurring. Sometimes you see Terran players that get a little bit more aggressive and try those moves. Bjorn comes to mind, Percival maybe. But these two kind of trying to grind it out.
Yeah, I think a lot of patience shown on both sides, really.
Yeah, and that's one of the most important things, really, in Terran versus Terran.
Let's not forget, and I mean, look, I think it became less and less of a factor the longer the game went on, but it was kind of that funny opening that Kier tried to pull off that Bunny completely wrecked.
He really wrecked that. That
Yeah.
was, like, if he hadn't had the siege tank,
Yeah.
that had potential, but
Yeah.
man, one siege tank blast went off, and he was like, oh, no.
Yeah, Kier looked like he was trying to do some kind of trick where he steals Bunny's watch. Then Bunny just punched him in the face.
Yeah, something like that.
He was like, I come here, I do this, I do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here we go into game 2. But I think a delightfully close game 1. A lot of fun watching that back and forth.
I wonder if it's just going to be more of the same here. If someone wants to really mix it up a bit.
And I think
I'm trying to think that I don't think I see these guys ever really go mech in TVT.
Yeah, and if they did, would they do it against each other?
Been a while at least. Nothing recent's coming to mind from them. Feel like I remember a couple years ago seeing Kier go mech sometimes TVT. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I would personally like to see. I really I think the most entertaining type of TVT in my opinion is bio against mech. And watching that kind of dance play out, and the bio player trying to like leapfrog up to Sky Terran while keeping pressure on. I feel like that's always a really fun.
I really like just Marine Tank versus Marine Tank. Those fights in the mid game. That was a lot of fun.
You like seeing everything sieged and Cheeto dusted. And
that's right, Artosis.
Yeah,
I do.
Pretty sick.
So in this game, are we going to have any cute tactics? I do see here from Bunny, Reapers and Hellions. We don't have a medevac come in here just yet.
Yeah. Just very normal stuff. Cyclone coming up from Bunny. A couple more Hellions going to be coming out here for Kier. Seeing a nice little arc as we just saw.
So, going back to that last game, do you think there was a moment that we really saw Kier screw up? Because I feel like it's hard to look back at that game and point to something. Which I feel like normally that's easy for us to do.
Okay, so I think that there was like 3 different times where Bunny sent small to medium amounts of Marine medevac. That those are what chipped away at Kier really well, right? He's like losing a command center. He lost 2 armories that we saw. Right, he's losing add-ons, he's losing tanks that are popping out, and then he has to send his units back, and he's losing a few Vikings there. And all that stuff together adds up when it's actually a very close game and the skill is very close. So I feel like that is what put Bunny over the top at the end. Like that type of stuff, and then it's like, okay, everything else Kier has is slightly weaker now. And then bam, grinds him down. But yeah, there was no like super blunder move where pick up everything in Medivacs and fly into Vikings or something like that.
Well, it looks like Bunny is going to be the first to be on the move out here. Now, Cure, I mean, this is pretty cavalier, man, to just have the third CC built right on the low ground here. I wouldn't even say it's that well defended. And I guess the way that he wants to handle this is to try to come out and be on the offense so that there's not a lot of attention that can be given over here to the other side of the map. Damn, that's a big catch from Cure.
Yeah. It's a very nice little roaming army from Cure as well. Very cool to see.
Now, Bunny's getting a third CC of his own. It's just a more, I would say, proper way to play. Like, make it in your main, don't make it out here. But, you know, Cure is going to get the benefit of having this just finish on site.
And he's still got this army that I mean, it doesn't really win against many armies heads up, but it's got some danger, all right? Like, oh, he actually gets the Cyclone. Really well done. You know, it poses some danger where your opponent can't really leave their mineral lines alone, right? And that's exactly what we see here. He's running in. He's actually focusing on Marines. That's a lot of sacrificed Hellions for a few Marines. Not sure if I like that moment from Cure.
Yeah.
I almost would have preferred a run by towards the SCVs.
Does it seem to you like in TVT we had a whole era where it was a very explosive matchup on two bases and sometimes games were just one?
Yeah.
And then this year it's like everybody's gotten so much better that you're almost foolish to try to come out. It seems like we actually went from, and I'm talking like Wings of Liberty days, explosive crazy games, to mass turtling, to maybe 2 years of, in recent memory, 2 years of, yeah, no, it's cutthroat again.
Yeah.
And it's played on a knife's edge. To the point where now it seems like anybody who tries to be too aggressive early on gets completely punished and humiliated.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the case. You know, the standardization of the Reaper Hellion opens into like Cyclone Siege Tank Raven especially.
Ooh, these auto turrets are kind of insane.
God.
I don't know what Cure's doing here. I mean, these tanks are eventually going to be... Oh my God, does Cure actually win? No, he does not. Okay, I was like, there's no way, right?
Bunny's tanks unfreeze there.
Yeah, and then the Cyclone from behind.
Really well done there from
well,
Bunny.
You know, we just talked about how the TVT can't end that quickly, but maybe this one does. That was a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, we do see these technical scuffles sometimes in the middle, but definitely outdone by Bunny there. He got his auto turrets down really quickly, and the disables, like, are those worth as much as those auto turrets? And it seems like the answer is pretty much no. But yeah, to what you were saying, I think it's really come down to kind of the standardization of how to defend everything and what to defend with. Like, Ravens are just so critical in the early game. Like, it's so rare to see a TVT where you don't have a couple Ravens right off the bat, and they'll kind of save you from almost anything that's coming, you know?
Yeah, very true. The third CC is punted away. Oh man, I think the Viking count's actually better for Bunny, right?
Yeah, just slightly there. Cure has to land, loses one.
So, he's going to just try to cement his position here, Bunny is. But the command center is just going to go to 12 o'clock.
Yeah, floating it over. But obviously Bunny is gaining an advantage during this. They have the same amount of workers, but he is actually mining.
He's got more patches to soak from.
Yeah, a lot on his production tab right now.
Sometimes we see games where the player keeps his position for too long and it costs him, but I think that... Oh, wait, he's going to push. What?
Yeah,
he's
double
sick.
disable and lands everything as well here. A little bit of a counterattack there from Cure with the Marines, but definitely not as important as what's going on elsewhere. Oh, wait a second, though. Stims down to this third base location. Going to kill a fair amount of SCVs here.
Yeah, actually, that honestly got way more than I thought it would. However, the tank count, you know, the mini game of TVT in that regard, it's starting to get worse and worse right now for Cure here. He has just enough tanks, too. He can kind of solo fight these Marines.
Backs up. Ooh. And just with that additional tank coming up and
with a turret coming down, So already
save.
Bunny's on his fourth base.
It feels once again like he's just slowly outplaying Cure.
Yeah. TVT can be a marathon, but he's already starting to get a little bit further ahead.
And not that Cure's in like a super terrible spot. Like, he's got a very strong economy right now. Yeah, he's got good production. He's still in it, but Watching these little scuffles, it does seem like Bunny has a bit of an edge. Oh, I like to pick up on the Viking as well.
Okay, another attempted engage there. You know, Cure doesn't have a whole lot to work with right now. His army supply is not that far off, but it does seem like basically Bunny's in better shape, especially as his 4th base at 6 o'clock kicks in. We've got the CC making right now for Cure here.
And Bunny pushing up, taking over that watchtower area. Back out. 4th base up now. I wonder what Cure's game plan is, right? Because he has to know that he's just a little bit behind. It's still definitely a playable game, but I feel like he needs some sort of plan. Like, he's building a couple turrets on the side. Okay, yeah, it's like a smart move, but he needs to do something actively to catch up here, right?
Yeah, well, he needs a win somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard if you've taken a beating like that to then try to play the macro race game where you're just like, all right, I'm going to make a bunch of stuff too. Well, you can't. You lost too many workers. You've been hiccuped too much economically. By the way, big ass drop coming in here into the main. Doesn't get all the Marines out, but gets enough out.
Yeah, he's doing some serious damage here. He's going to take down the attack. Oh, God. +2 attack, over halfway done. Gets picked off. Amazing. Very well done. I don't know if he actually gets out of here. Okay.
One Marine survives
one
that
Marine and one
to tell
medevac.
the families of the other Marines that were in that attack.
Yeah, that's funny. Out of 24 Marines
Yeah.
and 3 medevacs.
I was the last one.
Yeah.
I saw the attack upgrade go down.
I shot the last shot. Like, why doesn't it count as a kill then? You have 0 kills. Are you sure you weren't in that medevac the whole time?
Because buildings don't get kills, Artosis. Don't you even play the game?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay, so a big push coming in here. He is coming down from the center right. I think Bunny wants to try to meet him.
Yeah, they're even on the tanks.
Yep.
Bunny does have a couple Ravens to go along with his 4 Vikings, so still just has a little bit of an edge. I don't think enough to change anything too much.
So, why are we watching this? There's a huge, okay, here we are. I'm like, start screaming, look at the minimap, like, ah! All right, so this is the big fight. Tanks are in range of the command center, and that's a problem, man.
Yeah. Cure gonna lose that base 100%. You can't out-repair that many siege tanks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Cure gonna go with his own counterattack. He does have a lot of Marines here.
But he's already fractured off a couple more Marines to come over here and fight. He should be able to get the CC, just target it down.
I think he's actually just not going to get it.
Yeah,
he gets a fair amount of SCVs. Yeah, Bunny comes back, punishes that. Oh, that's funny. So he was like halfway done on both, and he canceled his +2 armor to start +2 attack again. Cure did.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, well,
my brain would have been like, well, I'll have to get attack after armor then, but I guess that makes sense. That's
there's nothing
big brain
feels
play.
sillier though than +2 armor +1 attack Marines.
Dude, this is going pretty poorly right now for Cure.
Yeah, the trade.
Did you know that just siege tanks can kill that much? Like, just barely. There's a shell of the army before.
Both sides producing 2 tanks at once. Like, I guess that does give Cure a little tank advantage, but
looks like there's a soft spot up here at 12. Looked like he was going to go down, but now he's going to have to come right back up.
That sensor tower helping him out a little bit, trying to split. Tad does snipe down immediately the 1 siege tank. Takes down the sensor tower. And back up. Oh my god, and he gets it. Oh, even gets out with a medevac.
Dude, that was
here.
crazy.
Really well done from Bunny. Cure is mining like nothing. This is like very impressive from Bunny, man. He was sick, he just got back.
Dude,
he's playing like a monster.
He was sick with COVID before, but now he's sick with gamerness. now, Ortosis. Am I right or what?
Oh, well, I'm going to go down and ask him to spit in my mouth so I can be sick with that as well.
And you just spit in my hand. I want to rub it in this cut on my arm and get your gamerness.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's still possible for this game to kind of pan out, but I will say that, like, right now, Cure is really hurting. Bunny on 4 bases, Cure barely on 4. Look at the production tab. That kind of tells the story here.
Well,
like
he hasn't been mining.
It's just Bunny, yeah. Just Bunny making stuff. 6 Marines have started now.
Yeah, man. He's even getting building armor, so that's when you know you're really screwed, when you can't afford anything. Your opponent's getting building armor.
Yeah. Time for my buildings to die a little bit less quickly to infantry drops. Look at this game of cat and mouse. Uh-oh, they're not sieged.
No, they're not.
Oh my
Jumps on
God.
top of them. My God.
This actually could end the game. That's
well,
like literally.
It's getting worse and worse for Cure.
Yeah.
4 tanks going down to just like a handful of Marines. I'm not sure about that drop, but
no,
okay.
he's got this. That's the one Marine that survived the drop from before.
Yeah.
There's so many SCVs at this base. Looks like a StarCraft 1 base where it was like it went into late game and then they lost all the bases, so all the SCVs are just at this one location.
Seriously.
All right.
He really does need to like do something else as well, but his siege chain count has been reduced so many times. Look at this, 5 against 12. Bunny's just going to finish him. Yeah, I think this is it for Cure. So, as anticlimactic as this might sound,
GG's.
I think that the group is now decided. We have our top 3.
Yeah.
Cure and Creator are both at -5 with 1 match to go.
Okay.
Literally impossible for them to make it out. So this shows, like, you know, we've had some very exciting to the last match stuff going on with this format, but in this particular group, this got decided very, very quickly.
Right.
We still have some jockeying for the top positions in the seeding, which is very, very important.
Some jockeying.
Some jockeying.
There's no jocks allowed in GSL. This is a nerd show.
This isn't a
Artosis.
jock, it's a jockey. It's very, very different.
Oh, so it rides on a horse. Well, that's also kind of jock-like, Artosis.
How many horsepower do you have, Tasteless?
None. We're going to go to an interview now with Bunny, see how he's feeling. Andy, go ahead.
Right, so Bunny defeats Cure. And now Bunny is going to at least make it to the round of 6. Congratulations. Thank you. It feels like you're tearing up right now, Bunny. You caught COVID and you just barely made it to Korea yesterday. And then you got the win over Cure just right now. So how do you feel? Well, you know, 2 days ago, I was locked up in Spain, and I, you know, had the thought that I would not be able to attend GSL in time. But as time passed, you know, I just barely made it, and I was able to gain 1 victory tonight. And it feels like, Bunny, you were heartbroken and you were very stressed during your time in Spain. And it feels like you lost a lot of weight. I mean, I did want to lose some weight, but I somehow lost weight in Spain due to the stress. And Bunny, the main factor for you tonight was to overcome your stress and trying to focus in the game. So how did the preparation go? You know, in season 1, I couldn't practice for 1 month because of my hand injury. You know, comparing to back then, you know, things were way better right now. I can still think of the game, I think of the builds inside my head, even though I can't really practice. And I think that's how I was able to win today. So let's talk about the games tonight. So Bunny, your medevac build was so good. And the way you maneuvered was really great as well. In Hardwire, you were able to turn the tide of the game with a medevac marine maneuvering. And it feels like you did do some practice with this build. It feels like that. What do you think? You know, usually I tend to rush in my games. And this time I didn't practice much, and you know, playing confidently and without any nervousness, I think that has helped me gain the win today.
깨끗해져서 더 경기를 잘 할 수 있었던
Okay,
것
good,
같다.
great to hear that,
참
Bunny.
많은 분들이 함께 이재선 선수의 입장을
So here we have
공감하면서
a lot of
걱정을
fans
해주셨습니다.
here,
또 마지막
supporting
경기
you
선수의 경기
and believing in you.
역시 중요하게 또 남아
So, Bunny, you have one remaining match against RagnaroK. So, anything else you want to say beforehand? So you said that I at least made it to the round of 6, right? That's right. So I somehow secured the 3rd place in my group. So now I'm gonna try to play my next match without any nervousness. Alright, so that was the interview with Bunny. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Bunny kind of overcame all odds today.
Yeah.
I really didn't think he was going to be in the kind of condition to play that well, to be honest.
Sometimes stuff like that can actually fix like problems that you have going on in your head. Like he had some forced
true.
off time. He wasn't able to over practice or anything like that. And apparently that helped him out, like because he played really well. He really outplayed Kure tonight.
I feel like he played better than he normally does, and he normally plays pretty well.
I put Kure and Bunny at similar places, but Kure maybe slightly higher. But I mean, tonight he just really outdid Kure. So whatever happened there worked.
So up next, we're going to have Dark versus RagnaroK. Should be a Dark victory. We'll see. I think some of these matches are going to be created more. Oh, that's all the time we have, guys. We'll be back in a few minutes. Sit tight.